Thank you so much for joining us today on our social distancing yoga class for Facebook. Inhale, lifting the hands to the ceiling. We're going to exhale and swan dive over into forward fold, Uttanasana. Let's just allow our arms to hang down and our tailbone to rise, our head to fall down. You can kind of shake that head a little bit. And then from here, let's roll ourselves back up. Make sure you pull the belly in, rolling yourself to stand all the way up with those arms, palms touch, and hands to heart. Let's do that again. Inhale, lifting the hands to the ceiling. Exhale, folding forward. Now, again, allowing gravity to draw you down. Start to push into the feet and lift your tailbone up just a little bit more. You might be starting to straighten those legs slightly. Keep the belly pulled in. And then let's just roll up just like a ragdoll all the way to the top. And we'll let the arms reach up, palms touch together, and hands to heart. Let's try that again, and we're going to move on. Inhale, lifting the hands. Exhale, swan dive over. Now on your inhale, lift and lengthen your spine. Look forward. Exhale, fold over. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Flatten out the back. Keep reaching those fingertips towards the floor. Exhale, fold. And we'll do it again. Inhale, lifting the chest up. And once again, fold yourself over. Let's roll ourselves back up again, all the way to stand. Resetting the shoulders, let those arms reach up, palms touch together, and hands to heart. Good. Inhale, hands rising. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, lifting your chest up. Step your right foot back as far as you can. So we're going to press down through the hips, brighten up the chest. Isometrically, try to pull those feet together. Good. Now let's put the right knee on the mat, step the left foot back, and from here, spread those fingers nice and wide, and then lower all the way down to the floor. Let's glue the shoelaces to the floor, press the pelvic floor down, pull the belly up and in. Inhale, float the heart, and the exhale lowers you back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, heart's gonna lift, cobra pose. Exhale, come back down. And one more just like that. Inhale, lifting the chest. Exhale, back down again. Let's press those hips to the heels. Balasana, child's pose. So kind of scoot the fingers as far forward as you can go. Nice long arms. Let's lift the fingers off the floor. Just, you can look at them, spread them as wide as you can, then replace them. Palm of the hand, heel of the hand, grounded. Tuck the toes underneath, lift your hips to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Let's pedal through our feet. We'll just walk right, left, alternating those heels. Good. And then come back to the center where those heels are pressing down towards the floor. Good. Let's bend the knees, look at the hands, and then just take a walk to the front of your mat. Lift your chest up when you get there. And fold yourself in half. Let's roll ourselves to stand. All the way up with the arms, palms touch, and hands to heart. So you're following those hands with your eyes. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, folding forward. Look at behind you. Inhale, lift, look forward. Step your left foot back as far as you can. Double check about a 90-degree angle on that front knee. Again, isometrically, try to pull yourself in. And then let's put the left knee on the mat, step the right foot back. And from here, once again, spread those fingers nice and wide, lower yourself all the way down to the floor. We'll take a cobra pose one more time. Inhale, lifting the chest up. And the exhale lowers us down. Now let's use our arms. We're gonna come into upward facing dog all the way up. So grounding those shoelaces, good looking up and back. Nice job. And then propel the hips to the ceiling, finding downward facing dog. Let's pedal our feet a couple of times on each side, just kind of waking up the joints of the toes along the bottoms of your feet up into the lower leg. And And let's come back to that right side and just hold the right heel down and lift the right hip up. So you're lengthening just the right side. Press into the hands. Perfect. Let's switch sides. Press that left heel down, lift the left hip up. And we'll come back to the center with those heels pressing down fairly evenly. And then take a look at your hands, bend your knees for your pounce, and walk or step or hop to the front of your mat. Roll yourself to stand. All the way up, arms to ceiling, palms touch, and hands to heart. Good, let's do it again. Inhale, lifting those hands. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, lifting your chest up. Now let's take ourselves back so that we're on our hands and either the knees or the feet in a plank position. Bend the elbows about halfway. Look up and back for upward facing. And then propel those hips to the ceiling for downward facing. Hold and breathe. 5. Lengthen your arms. 4. Lengthen the sides of your body. 3, 2, and 1. Your pounce and travel. Fold in half and roll up. Good. Arms to ceiling, palms touch, and hands to heart. Let's do it again. Surya Namaskara A. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lift the chest up. Take yourself back to Chaturanga, that tricep push-up. Upward facing, look up and back. Downward facing, look at your belly button. Hold and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here's your pounce and travel forward. Fold over and roll up. So moving through Surya Namaskara A, we're just going to continue to move through the same series. Inhale, hands lifting. Exhale, we fold over. Inhale, move away from the floor. Exhale, move closer to the floor. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Adha Mukha Svanasana. Hold again, breathe. 5. Lengthening the backs of your legs. 4. Lengthening the fronts of your legs. 3, 2, and 1. Your pounce and travel. Fold in half and roll up. So let's go through Surya Namaskara A 2 more times. Okay? Inhale, lifting the hands. Exhale, folding over. Inhale, lifting the chest up. Chaturanga Dandasana, that tricep push-up. Try to look forward. Upward facing, look up and downward facing. Look at your belly button. Hold and breathe for 5. Breathing with sound. 4. Rest if you need to rest. 3. Nothing should hurt. 2. And 1. Pounce and travel. Fold in half. Let's bend our knees for chair pose. And stand up tall. Samastitihi. We begin again. Sink into Utkatasana, chair pose. Fold in half. Inhale, lift your chest up. Take Chaturanga. Upward facing, look up and back. Downward facing, look at your belly button. Ground left, step right, coming all the way up for Warrior 1. And back down, Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing, grounding right, stepping left, rising up, Warrior 1. And back to the mat, Chaturanga. Upward facing, and down. Hold and breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Your pounce and travel. Fold in half. Bend the knees for chair. And stand up tall. Surya Namaskara B. We continue. Sink down into chair pose. Fold over. Lift your chest. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing ground. Left step right. Come all the way up. Virabhadrasana A. Back down. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Grounding right. Stepping left. Rising up. Virabhadrasana A. Look at your hands. Then look where you put them. Then look forward. Up and down. Hold and breathe. 5. Even out the grounding. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Here's your bounce and travel. Fold in half. Bend your knees for chair pose. And stand up tall. We're going to take that one more time, you guys. Surya Namaskara B. Fold over. Uttanasana Ardha Uttanasana. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Adha Mukha Svanasana. Rounding left, stepping right, coming all the way up, Warrior 1. And back to the mat, Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing, grounding right, stepping left, all the way up. How are you two doing? Good. Back down, Chaturanga. Upward facing, and down. Hold and breathe. 5. Take that pounce and travel forward. Bend your knees for chair pose and stand up tall. How are all of you doing? I hope you're doing great. Take those hands up to the ceiling. We're going to drop the right arm down, grow really tall here, and take a side bend to the right. Sliding the right hand down, and then let's roll this open just a little bit. You're kind of pulling back on this left shoulder, and make sure the legs are strong and you're still equally grounded. Inhale, come back up. We'll switch sides. So the left arm comes down, grow tall, bend to your left. Now inhale, back up, Padangusthasana. First 2 fingers hook around your big toes. You're going to fold yourself over. So let's think about this connection. We've got our first 2 fingers wrapped around our big toes. We're going to draw down towards the legs, lift the tailbone up. Keep breathing. Nice. Now inhale. I want you to feel the stretch here as you try to pull your fingers up against those toes, and then move the hands so they're underneath your feet for Padahastasana. Again, let's shift forward so that we've got the backs of the hands on the floor. We're going to lift our tailbone. Now inhale, lift the chest, take those hands out from underneath your feet, and let's step ourselves back so we're in plank. So a great place to just kind of stay. I want you to bring the heads of the shoulders a little bit more forward than your wrists, so you kind of hinge on those toes. If you need to be on your knees, you know you certainly can do that, right? Hold right here. Try to look forward, even if it's just a tiny little bit. You want to think about looking where you're going. We're going to bend those elbows and stop. And then upward facing. Stay right here. Let's ground the shoelaces. Let the hips be a little bit heavy, but make sure the belly is pulled in. And then we're going to use that belly to propel the hips to the ceiling. So let's take the right leg up. Now while you're here, you've got to think about this. Let's try to pull our right hip down to square it with the left. Lift the right leg just a little higher. And then think about the length of the left leg. So let's lift the left hip, press the left heel down. Good. And then make space as you step forward. and rise up for warrior one. Good. Sink down into those legs, and thinking about this position, you do want to make sure that you're equally grounded between the front foot and the back. You think about your left inner thigh, press that back. Good, take another breath. And as you exhale, let's move to warrior two. Arms extending forward and back. Square your shoulder girdle to this long end of your mat here, and press your right knee slightly to the right. Now you're going to reach forward like you're going to try to touch the wall in front of you. Sweep that arm up. Let's get down into the legs. Excellent. Let's cartwheel ourselves down. Pause at our runner's lunge. Just press the pelvis down. Brighten up the chest. Lock the belly in place. Lovely. And step back. Hold your plank again. So thinking about sending the heads of the shoulders just a little bit more forward. Good. Bend the elbows and stop. Then upward facing and downward facing. Let's take that left leg to the ceiling. And again, square your hips as best you can and start to consider contraction on the left glute, but stretch the right leg. Nice belly in, make space. Step it all the way up. Rise up for warrior one. Good. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, move to warrior two, Virabhadrasana B. Nice, and then we're going to reach forward, take that reverse warrior, roll your shoulder back a little bit, try to let the chest look up to the ceiling slightly. And then let's cartwheel ourselves down. Pause at runner's lunge and then step back. Lock it all in first. Bend the elbows. Stop. Upward facing. Look up and back. And downward facing. Look at your belly. So while you're in down dog, and it takes time, you want to use your arms and the legs the same. So if you notice that you're using your arms more than your legs, it just means you're not quite in the right spot. You want to push yourself back and just be mindful of the shoulders and the movement there. You always want to just be aware that over time these poses change. So over time you can find that equality of your grounding. We're going to take a bend in the knees, look at the hands, and travel to the front of the mat. Fold yourself in half. And then roll or swan dive all the way up, palms touch together, and hands to heart. Nice job. So let's interlock the fingers behind our back. Chest opens first, good. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. Here's that breath in, and the exhale folds us over. Excellent. Now on your next exhale, just let those hands come down by your feet. Lift your chest up and take yourself back into plank again. So once again, we're in our plank. Hold here. Bend the elbows, stop. Upward facing, downward facing. Good. Take the right leg up. And we're going to practice making some space. I'm going to have you slide your shoulders forward of the wrist just a little bit. Pull that right knee up under and hold it here. Keep pushing the mat away from you. Keep pulling the right knee up. And then let's do it again. Leg goes up. And you're going to do it again. So the knee comes under. You're going to hold here. Press. Let's do that one more time. You could be on your left knee if this is too much for you. So you could always put that left knee on the mat, right? Now, as you are here already making space, step your right foot up there and rise up for warrior one. Good. reverse warrior. So reach forward, get down through the hips, and lift the arm up. From the reverse warrior, we're gonna find triangle, Uttita Trikonasana. So straighten your right leg, cartwheel into triangle pose. Try to keep the right rib cage over your right leg. Long legs, long sides, long arms. Exhale, look down. Inhale, reverse the warrior all the way up and back. Let's take that again, triangle pose. Front leg straightens, press the hips back, try to touch the wall in front of you, and then come down. Let's do it one more time. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way up, find that reverse warrior. Perfect. And then from there, let's take that triangle again one more time. And from triangle, we're gonna extend the left arm. So maybe you make a circle with your left arm towards your hip, down to the floor, and then just past your cheek. Press down into the left foot, reach the left fingers, and release to runner's lunge. Good, let's take a twist to the right, just easy twist by spinning the right arm up. And then let's release it. Good, step back. Chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing. Breathe in, take the left leg up. So we're gonna make some space here. So we're gonna slide our shoulders forward to the wrist, pull the left knee up under and press. Keep drawing up and in. And then do it again. Back up. And again, slide the knee up underneath the belly and push yourself away from the mat. Think about strong. Try to pull yourself together here. And one more time. Back up. And pull the knee up under. Make space, as much space as you can from your mat to your chest. And then keep making that space as you step forward and come all the way up for warrior one. Good. From here, take warrior two. Intensify those legs a little bit. Make sure that the foundation is strong. And from here, we're going to find our way into reverse warrior reach. Sweep it up. And then from there, let's find our triangle. So we're going to straighten that front leg. Move yourself into triangle. We want to think about making the legs long and strong, sides, the body long, arms long and strong. Good. Exhale, look down. Inhale, take reverse warrior. Bend your left knee. Sweep that arm up. And let's do it again. So here we go. Uttita Trikonasana. Good. Legs are strong, and the joints are never locked or hyperextended. So you want to surround the joints with strong muscles. Keep the joints safe. Exhale, look down. Inhale, find that reverse warrior. And once again, we'll take triangle pose. Good. And from here, we're going to take this right hand, make a circle with it, sweep it to the hip, to the floor, and then past your cheek. And while you're here, try to pull back and roll it open. And then we'll release there to runner's lunge. Easy twist to the left. And then release it, step back. Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. Nice job. So from here then, once again, let's hold this equality of grounding feeling. We want to push into those heels, drive the hips up and back. Press the heels down a little bit. Make sure the legs are strong. Belly's in. Pelvic floor is as well. Let's bend our knees for our pounds. Look at your hands and travel forward. Fold in half. And swan dive or roll up all the way to the top. Palms touch together. And then hands come down in front of the heart. Nice job. So let's zip our legs together while we're here in setting up for our chair pose. So when you want to make sure that you've got a big base to your pose. So we're going to make sure those legs are stuck together, sink down, sweep the arms up, and just hold right here. Good. Now take a breath, and as you exhale, you're going to bring your arms back to flight. So you should feel contraction in the upper back, stretch through the chest and opening up those shoulders. We're going to take that right foot, lift it up, and step it back. Good, hold right here. Again, pull in isometrically. Try to drag your left foot back towards your right. And then from here, sweep the arms up to the ceiling. Nice. Now let's let those palms touch together and bring your hands to your heart. We're going to shift into this left leg and stand up on it, moving ourselves into tree pose. Oops. Find your balance. Hands can stay here at the heart, or they could extend up to the ceiling. Perfect. Nice. Now go ahead and close that hip. Lift the knee. Keep that knee as high as you can and extend. Give it a kick and release it down. Nice job. Let's do it again. Second side. Sink down into chair pose. Take a breath, and with the exhale, you're going to bring those arms to flight. A lot of energy in the arms. Draw the belly in. Lift your left foot, step it back. Let's get down into those legs. Again, pulling the legs isometrically together. Perfect. Let's lift the arms up to the ceiling. And then we'll press our palms together, draw the hands to the heart. We're going to shift into the right leg and move into tree pose. Good. Hands at the heart or extend it up. And then from there, we're going to close the hip, lift the knee, keep it as high as you can, extend from there, try to keep that knee from dropping, hold it, give it a kick, and release it down. Nice job. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive over. Inhale, Ardha, lift your heart. Take Chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing. Perfect. Let's breathe in, lift the right leg to the ceiling. Make space, step it through. Come all the way up for warrior one. Exhale, take warrior two. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, find reverse. Perfect job. From here, we're going to take triangle again, straighten that right leg, moving into triangle. From triangle, half moon pose. So bend that right knee a little bit if you need to, shift forward, elevate the left leg. Now let both hands come down to the floor so you're in standing splits. Inhale, float yourself up into spinal balance. And then from here, let's come into standing staff pose. Slide that left leg forward. Try not to touch the floor. Perfect. Give it a kick and release. Nice job. Inhale, sweep those arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, lift your chest up. Take Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. We'll breathe in, take the left leg up. Step it through. Rise up for warrior one. Exhale, take warrior two. Inhale, reach. exhale, find reverse. Good, straighten that left leg, moving into triangle. You could certainly stay here if you want to, or move into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. And then we'll release to standing splits, holding right here. And then from there, coming up for spinal balance. And then we'll move into standing staff pose, sliding that right leg forward. Hold it, good. Give that leg a kick and release down. Nice job, you guys. Go ahead and sink down into chair, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, arms to flight, back by those hips. Inhale, lift your right foot, step it back. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the ceiling. Good. We're gonna slowly lower the right knee all the way down to the floor. Press forward through the hips. Good. Crescent moon pose. Good. And then from that position, I'm going to just have you try to keep these hips moving forward. Cross your right arm over your left leg. And we're going to start to twist to our left side. So in this position then, as we keep moving those hips forward, we try not to lose the stretch through that hip flexor. And tuck your right toe underneath, lift the knee, keep the twist. Now let's ground the right hand. You're in runner's lunge with a twist. We're going to move into side plank. So whether you put your right knee on the mat and step that left foot back, or maybe you just step both legs back and stack them. Good. And let's go ahead and release it to plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. We're traveling forward. Fold over. Swan dive up. And hands to heart. Nice job. So let's do it again. Second side. Sink down into chair. Sweep those arms up. As you exhale, arms to flight, back by your hips. Inhale, lifting that left foot, step it back. Perfect. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the ceiling. And then we'll slowly lower our left knee all the way down, taking our crescent moon again. Press forward. If you need to let your arms rest, you could put them down. You could also support your head if you want to, right? Lots of different things you could do with your arms. And then from here, doing your best to keep the hips moving forward, you're going to start to add that twist to your right side. So some leverage between your leg and your arm as you twist. Nice. And then let's tuck our left toe underneath. Lift the knee. Keep the twist. And then we'll take that left hand to the mat. Extend the right arm up. You're in runner's lunge with that twist. And if you want, left knee on the floor for side plank, or just step the right foot back. Find your plank. Nice. Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. So let's breathe in. Take the right leg up. Make space, step it through. Lift your left leg up. Now while you're here, tips of the fingers can touch. Maybe you're holding onto your leg. Maybe you need a yoga block for your hands because your hands can't quite reach. Trying to get yourself into that depth. Lift. Perfect. And then from here, we're coming back up into our spinal balance. Good. Find your way to warrior two. let's find our way into a straddle. So straighten your right leg, turn your toes, and bring your hands to your hips. Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, hip hinge forward. So if you can reach the floor or a yoga block with your hands, that's on this first one, that's where we're trying to go. Ground them on the floor or the block. And lift and then fold again. So top of the head's looking down at the ground. Let's try to shift forward just a little bit into the balls of the feet, slightly more than the heels. Strengthen those legs and press your hands against the floor. Then you're going to inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, hands come onto the waist. Inhale, you're coming all the way up and you're going to extend those arms out. Perfect. Let's do it again. Hands back to the hips. This time you're going to keep your hands on your hips. Prasarita Uttanasana B. Inhale, lift. And then as you exhale, hinge forward. Perfect. Top of the head's going to look down to the ground. Try to squeeze those elbows towards one another. Strengthen the legs. And remember to shift forward just a little bit out of the heels. Be mindful you don't want to fall. Trust. Great. Inhale all the way up, one fell swoop. All the way to the top. Extend those arms out to the sides. And we're going to set for triangle series. You're going to turn your left toe, so it's the front side. Press and reach. Good. Pull it open. Now exhale, look down. Inhale, come up, pivot. Bring your left toes with you. So now the front foot's your front foot, or the right foot's your front foot. Reach and come into triangle again. We're going to set for revolve triangle. So exhale, look down. Inhale, come up. Pivot all the way to the left foot. Extend your right arm up. So while you're in this position facing your left foot, pull your hips square. And you might need to sort of adjust your feet just a little bit. Pelvis should be square to the short ends of your mat. Right arm's way up, get nice and long. And as you exhale, hip hinge forward. Reach slightly to the left, and that hand can rest somewhere on the leg or the floor. Now let's lengthen the side of the body. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way up. Pivot all the way around to the front. So now the left arm is to the ceiling. You're going to take that nice long line. Remember, the hips are square because you want to rotate around this center line. Hinge and spin to your right side. And then from that position, let's release it. Runner's lunge. Good. Step back. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Breathe in, take the left leg up. Step it through, lift your right leg up. Good, so again, standing splits. You've got options for those hands. You're working to lift the right leg as high as you can lift it. And then floating yourself up for spinal balance. And then find your way to warrior two. Good. Nice. So from this warrior two position, let's find our straddle. Straighten our left leg, turn our toes. Interlock the fingers behind your back. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, hinge over. Nice job. Fire the legs. Press down to those feet. Belly strong. Inhale, come all the way up. Extend those arms out to the sides. One more. Sue, you want to take a headstand? Okay, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. If you feel like a headstand, you can follow Sue. Hook the toes. If you're not taking a headstand, and fold. the chest. Exhale, hands on the waist. Inhale, we're gonna come all the way up, extend those arms out to the sides. Nice job. Right toe's your front toe, bend your right knee. You're in warrior two. Now we're gonna set for side angle. So let's start by putting our right arm on our right leg, left hand low back, and roll it open. Just take a second to do that. Maybe start to extend the left arm past the cheek. Maybe start to slide the right hand towards the floor. Now exhale, look down, come back to warrior two. Good. Now this time, let's try to touch the wall that we're looking towards. Get down into the legs and then take it to the depth that you're comfortable with. Seal your right leg into your right arm against the right leg. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come up. Do that on the second side. So straighten the right leg, pivot, and take a bend in your left knee, side angle. First one. Parsva Konasana. We want to just start out easy here, right? Roll it open. Maybe start to extend. Maybe sink down. Now exhale, look down, come back to warrior two. Try to keep the depth through the hips. Now let's reach forward, like really, really far forward, get that length for the left side, and then ground wherever you need to do. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come up. We're gonna set for our revolve version of our side angle. So pivot around. So now the right leg's gonna bend. Left arm reaches way up to the ceiling and cross that left arm over the right leg and start to twist to your right. You can do lots of things with those hands. Back to the prayer hands. Long arms if you want it. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way back up. Pivot all the way around. And now it's the right side's turn. So think right foot, hip, shoulder, all the way to the tips of the fingers. Cross. And spiral twist to your left side. Let's release it. Nice job. Good. We're going to step back. Excellent. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Travel forward. Fold. Swan dive or roll up all the way to the top. And hands to heart. Nicely done. Let's sink down into chair pose. Sweep the arms to the ceiling. Take a breath, and as you exhale, arms to flight. So inhale, lift the right foot. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, sweep those arms up to the ceiling. Perfect. And then from here, slowly lower that right knee to the floor again. Let's just take crescent moon again. We really want to open up the front body. And then from there, release your hands. Let's shift our hips back. And we're going to take a hamstring stretch. This is Ardha Hanumanasana. So this is the beginning of your split. So if you were starting to work on the splits, you just start to get the feet a little bit further apart. Try to think about the lift, the height of the spine, nice and long. Good. Very nice. And then from there, let's release that. We're going to come back so that we're on our hands and our knees. Good. And let's just press our hips back to the heels for child's pose real quick. Stretch. Perfect. Go ahead and tuck the toes underneath. Lift your hips to the ceiling. Downward dog. Let's bend those knees for our pounce and travel to the front. Fold in half and come all the way to stand. Reach way up and hands hands to heart. Perfect. So let's sink into our chair pose. Sweep the arms to the ceiling. Exhale, arms to plank. Inhale, lifting that left foot. Step the left foot back. Inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up. And once again, lowering that left knee all the way down to the ground. Press forward through your hips. And then Ardha Hanumanasana or Hanumanasana. So shifting back, strong flexion in your right foot. And tug this right hip back, lengthen. Again, you want to be mindful that you're not going to lock or hyperextend this front leg, front knee. And then if you want, you can start to separate those feet a little bit wider apart. Good. Excellent. And then from that position, we're going to release it. Go ahead and bring your hands or your knees back, hands underneath the shoulders. Let's move through cow and cat. Drop the belly down. Lift the tailbone and the eyes up. Exhale, scooping around. Really accentuate the lift of the spine. And let's do that a couple more times, belly down. And then the rounding, scooping, lifting. And then one more time, belly down. And then coming back up into that cat stretch. Perfect. So from here, let's come all the way down so we're on our bellies. And we're going to reach back and then we're going to take bow pose. So if you're not comfortable with two legs, you could just take one at a time. Bend your knee. This is where a strap can come in handy, right? But you could hold one leg at a time. Okay, if you're taking full bow pose, 2 feet, press those feet back. Even if you have one, think about the pressure of that foot back. Let it lift your chest up. Nice. Try to look up. Breathe. Good. And then let's release it. Rest for a little bit. So if you chose one leg, let's set that up. Second side. You're going to reach back for your right foot. If you're taking 2, reach for both. And the more you press the feet back, the higher the chest lifts. And of course, at the glutes, lifting those legs. And then from there, let's lower down and we'll just rest. So from here then, you can have a choice. Give you a choice. You can ground the hands and come into plank or press yourself back to child's pose. And then find your way into downward facing dog from there. Good. So let's breathe in. Take that right leg to the ceiling. Step it through. Come all the way up into high lunge. Nice. We're going to bring those palms together, shift forward into the right leg, spinal balance here. Good. And then standing staff pose, we'll extend the arms up. Perfect. Give that leg a kick, sweep it back, coming back to spinal balance. And then from there, hands to the mat for standing splits. If you want a handstand, this would be your opportunity. So you kind of play around with just a little bit of a lift. I'm going to drop my my left foot down. I'm going to use it a little, I'm going to kick just a little bit, let my right foot sort of hop. And then come into forward fold. Nice. Come all the way up. So standing here at the front of the mat, again, just kind of finding the 4 corners on the bottoms of your feet, be strong and stable. Sink down into chair pose, sweep the arms up, take a breath. And as you exhale, those arms to flight. You're going to inhale, lift the left foot and step that left foot back. inhale, let those arms rise up. Good. And then from here, hands to heart. Shift forward, spinal balance. Good. Let your left foot float forward. Hold it. Arms up. Give it a kick, sweep it back. You're back to spinal balance. Let's try that again with the standing splits. Hands to the floor. Good. So let's let that left foot come down. And if you want to work the handstand again, just lift, kick. Kick. Good. And then find your plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. So let's take that left side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Step it through. Good. Let's lift the right, come up into high lunge, pardon me. All the way up. And then hands to heart. Good. So standing spinal balance with the hands at the heart. Shift into that left leg, rise up on the right side with the right leg back. And then we'll come into standing staff. So extend the arms to the ceiling as that right leg floats forward. Give that leg a kick, sweep it back. You're back to spinal balance again. And here's that opportunity for standing splits or for your handstand. So I'm going to adjust myself a little bit, find my way into this through just kind of trial and error, right? Drop the right leg down, give it a little lift and float that left foot up. Good. And let's try it just one more time. And then we'll come to forward fold. Swan dive all the way up, reach, and hands to heart. Nice job. So you're going to sink down into chair. Sweep the arms up, take a breath. And as you exhale those arms to flight, lift your right foot, step it back. Good. Arms are going to come up. Nice. Once again, hands to heart. Let's shift back into that left leg again. Try it one more time. Standing, spinal balance. Standing staff pose as you extend the right leg forward. Give it a kick from the hips, sweep it back one more time. Here comes the opportunity once again for standing splits or working on that handstand. Just a little lift, lower down. You don't even have to lift the left foot. You could just keep lifting and lowering the right leg. And we'll all come into plank. Chaturanga, upward facing, and downward facing. So nice, you guys. Let's take the right leg to the ceiling and we're gonna slide that right knee up between your thumbs, finding our way into pigeon pose. So when you're in pigeon, you can flip over on your back if you need to. Sinking down as much as possible. You're mindful of the knee and the hip here, lowering all the way down if that's possible. You can always stay high if you need to. All right, I'm going to have you come up and drop the hip to the right. And let's take Janusirsasana A. So the sole of your left foot towards the side of the room here. Sole of your right foot along that inner thigh. Before you do anything, you want to find both sits bones connected to the mat. So let's press that right knee down. Reach for your left foot and let's hold on to it. And if you need a strap, you could lasso your foot with a yoga strap or a towel, anything like that. Then let's inhale and come up. We're going to add a twist to this. Let's take our left hand and put it on the the right leg. Sit really tall, and then you could just look over that right shoulder. If you want a side bend, you could take that by lifting the right arm up and taking yourself into that side bend. Maybe you're just reaching and extending. Perhaps you've got your foot all the way back up. Let's take this left leg over the top of the right. We're just gonna hug it in and look over our left shoulder. While you're here, draw the left sits bone down to the ground and we'll go over that left shoulder. Perfect. Let's unravel it. Find our way into downward facing dog. Second side. Left leg's gonna go up. Pigeon pose, second side, knee comes forward. Lengthen the extended leg behind you. Try to keep your hips fairly square to the mat. Let's make our way up, drop the hip to the left, and we'll take our seated positions on this side, extending our right leg, sole of your left foot somewhere along that right leg, and then the pressure of that. So actively you're moving, you're opening your hip just with the amount of pressure you can create without, there's no hand pushing down there, right? And reach. Twist, so let's take that right hand to the left leg, look over the right shoulder. Good, and then you can extend the left arm up, take a side bend if you'd like, adding a twist. If you can hold your foot, you can start to create some leverage. Draw yourself under that arm. And then from there, right leg over the top of the left and pull that right sits bone down to the floor. Do your best. And then look over your right shoulder. So active movement, pulling in, pressing against the arm with the leg. That will give you that extra opportunity for controlled twist. And then we're just going to bring ourselves all the way down onto the mat. So let's just go ahead and bring ourselves into a bridge pose. So the soles of your feet underneath those knees. And you're going to reach towards the tips of the fingers towards the heels, and then lift your hips away from the floor. Slowly lower your spine back to the ground. Pull the knees into the chest. Rock right to left a little bit. And then let's find Shavasana, extending those legs forward, arms out to the sides. And you can close your eyes. moves through the chest, your throat, as you swallow, your eyes as they begin to open. And let's gradually pull the knees in towards the chest. Hug those knees close from right to left until you're ready to roll to your right. We can make our way up to sit. Just take your time. Sitting up nice and tall. Good. And just tuck our chin to the chest here. Sweep the head. Ear to shoulder. Chin to chest, ear to shoulder. Very nice. And let's come back to the middle with those hands meeting together at the heart. Our journey never ends. Namaste. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Sue and Sean and myself, Lynn. I'm glad that you were here today. And if you have questions about the practice that we went through today, you certainly can post those on Facebook, and we'll get back to you about those if you have questions. And I think next time we do this, I'll change the angle a little bit so you can see it's not just straight on. So we'll get that